So let's go to 3 estate sales today. The first one at this colonial house next to a golf course. So we enter the dining room and we see an antique dentist tray and a clock. A couple bride and grooms off the top of wedding cakes. Very pretty. And I always love the wallpaper in these old houses. This is a floral stripe. And they have the whole dining room table filled with needlework items of tablecloths and doilies. This one has the silhouette of a couple, but they're mostly florals. Another painting of a child. And a china cabinet filled with pretty things. Think of all the time that someone spent creating those needle point items. Now we go into the kitchen. Lots of pots and pans. This whole box filled with health and beauty items was free. I took the collagen, and I also took those lidocaine patches, which came in handy when my mom hurt her back. This is a little note explaining why that on light is on that stove. My brother would have wanted that tiger's cup. And here is Garfield, on a mug. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's an old plate and a built-in intercom radio system. And I hope that whoever buys this house leaves that in there, because I think it's cool. Here's an old September 1948 calendar page, which was interesting because I found out both my aunt and my dad were born on a Sunday by looking at that. They were both in September 1948. Here's a great big book. It says, John F. Kennedy Memorial Addresses Delivered to the Congress. It's huge. And other memorabilia. There's the backyard, and the golf course is behind that woods. It's an old magazine, Women's World. They had quite a few old magazines in this house, and I think I bought a couple. Mostly what was in this room, though, was another one of my downfalls, old sheet music. There's Roy Rogers with cowboy songs, Darn Fool ditties, National 4-H Club Songbook, Melody Fun, sociability songs. I already have far too many pieces of old music. I love the artwork on them, and I'm a big sucker for them. I wish I would have bought that one, American Victory March. Just look at how nice that is. I have that, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And this is That Mysterious Rag. Goodbye, Daddy Dear is the other one. How sad. Hello, Dolly. I just can't resist this. But I did that day. I have a lot of what they had, and I can get it for a lot cheaper at our library when they sell them. They're only a dime. This is some kind of an old toy shooting range. And here we have more piano music. They have that nice paneling. And this says on the note that Miriam loves this table, even though there's no place for it. Please save it for me. Wonder if this family had a lot of kids. There are a lot of hooks to hang things. And then a little library. Dentistry. I a dentistry book. A dentist must have lived here. Plants in the Bible. Tom Brokaw. And then we have some labels that they made with a Dymo label maker. My mom bought one of those lamps. I think the one on the left. Must have been a cool grandma and grandpa that lived here with all those super soakers. This is a big family room with some comfy furniture, TV trays, a little pedal bike, and of course a Costco step chair that a couple bought. I still haven't bought one. And an old trunk. This is in the basement. That's an old crib. And luckily the plants weren't for sale. This was like a daylight basement, kind of. I've rescued enough plants from these sales. My mom wanted that couch. We skipped it. And that Life magazine is from 1971. It says children. Look at that old stroller. And it was a special double edition. I did not buy it. Look at that old stroller. I wonder if they sold it. I wonder what that child looks like now. It's cute. Oh, look at the Sesame Street characters. Sesame Street was a new show back then. Some old high chairs. A lot of those wooden chairs I call grandpa chairs, but I call that one a grandma chair. And there's a Collier's. And they had a lot of Saturday Evening Post, but I did not buy them. I think I bought 2 magazines. An old rocking horse. Some odds and ends. They did not have much Christmas stuff at this house, but I think they were well traveled. They have a lot of luggage. I think this might have been it on the Christmas stuff. I bought all of those toothbrushes in that box. They had a few ornaments that maybe meant a lot to them, but one of the sales in this video has a whole room of Christmas things, which is common. But this sale did not have many things at all. Oh, that one's nice. Who ran to help me when I fell, and some pretty story tell? Kiss the place to make it well. Who else? Mom. Happy Mother's Day. And it's dated. Another grandma chair. Some kind of cabinet. And shelves built into a basement rec room with all kinds of toys to play with and puzzles. And they had a lot of lampshades. More baby things. Old baby things. This was pretty cleaned out. The workshop area where someone had made some nice shelves. Years ago, painted that whatever you would call that green, a mint green maybe. A lot of tools. And rulers. Now we're up in a bedroom. Probably, a 70s girls' room with double beds. And they had so many nice needlepoint things here. And they're over by that dresser. We'll see them in a minute. This was a lot of old linens. This was kind of preserved in time, that kind of room. Nice mirror. That's pretty. But look at all the needlepoint. And African violet and Boston fern. Asparagus fern. Look at those horses. I should have bought those. I've got regrets looking back at this sale. More books. And a matching desk to that set. This was a little room off of that girl's bedroom, like a craft room or a sewing room. Nice cabinet. Somebody bought that. They were carrying it out while my mother and I were there. And a bulletin board with things that made the occupant of this room let go, let God. That made her happy. Happy memories, clippings, little notes, more shelves. Very organized. Little basket. Little bird. So back into that girl's room, and then we're out in the hallway, and they had this interesting little bookshelf desk. And the sides, you had to give it a little tug, but they did open up. My mom bought a few books from here. I should have bought this little desk bookshelf thing, but I don't really have anywhere to put it. Another bedroom with a wooden valet there. We have bought one of those from one of these old houses for my son's old house for him to hang his work uniform on. And an interesting old chest. What is this? More books. The Lincoln Story. I wonder how many... this was in the hallway. They had extensive bookshelves up there. The whole hallway was filled with bookshelves. So this is upstairs. We were in the girls' room. Now this bedroom was getting emptier with more nice wooden furniture and a pitcher and bowl. I think the bed had been removed, but there was an interesting old chest in here. Look at that. That looks like something that Popeye would have had, or some old sailor. Popeye's the only sailor I can think of right now. Oh, that's cute. Let's look outside. It's a beautiful street. This is one of the fancier streets on the other side of the tracks from me, let's say, where wealthy people live. My mom bought that rug, and it looks like this bedroom still had a bed for now until somebody comes and buys it. Oh, a little pumpkin bag. And some fake plants. And another little corner shelf. Let's look outside again. This is back in the summertime, so everything was green. This was probably back in August. So my mom bought that rug. We got it out of there. Oh, look at this. Aromatic spirit of ammonia. Nope. And that was in a glass bottle. Now where are we? We're back in the basement. There was a lot of, afraid of condos. So these are some old Detroit papers. State powers help prevent abuses everywhere. Curfew lifted by Romney, that one says. And that was back during the riots. Another Life magazine. A lot of old memories there. It was a little overwhelming. The Nixon era begins, and a bunch of old glass baby bottles, even flow. A pencil tablet. Oh, how cute. A little treasure. Okay, we're back in the family room with those super soakers, and then there was a little dinette. Aw, hug with your soul, smile with your heart. And another box of books. My mom bought some books out of here. Some of them for me, because it was that lady who has written a lot of articles for Women's Day that we read, the old Women's Days. There's my mom's lamp. Here we are in the outside of the house saying goodbye to it. This is what we bought. Now, my mom bought a lot from this sale. I didn't. And a lot of it I got for free. The health and beauty things. My mom bought a table. My mom bought that rug. She bought a lamp. But I bought this can of coffee that was sealed. They had it in the basement. They must have stored food down there. And, it was probably a couple dollars. All of the toothbrushes, they were probably $0.25 each. And, I only spent a couple dollars. My mom spent a lot. We got to make sure that they're soft before you buy them. And they were sealed. We got the lidocaine patches free and a bottle of vitamins and a bottle of collagen. All of the health and beauty stuff was free because they wanted to get rid of it. And it was all sealed. Yeah, and that was, what was it? Multi-collagen protein. I'm glad we bought these lidocaine we got these lidocaine patches because my mom hurt her back and they have come in very handy. I got an old Good Housekeeping that we'll read on the channel and a 1970s Brides magazine just for something different. Now let's go to another sale. This sale is not that interesting. I'm just going to disclose that we didn't buy anything at this sale. Here's some old garden things. We were more fascinated really with the plants on the outside of this house. That is a fake plant. And there was a lot of that type of pottery here, like that Italian pottery. A lot of tchotchkes in this house. And everything seemed a little overpriced and just kind of disorganized compared to the other sales. You can see what I mean, because we've been to one sale already in the video. We can kind of compare. See, it's pretty high, although that was for the whole lamp, $75 if that's your style. They had some jewelry. It was probably a 1970s house, maybe. Oh, that doggy's cute. But alas, we did leave him there. And this is the hallway. That lamp is nice, but I don't really have anywhere to put it. And this is a beautiful needlepoint that they did have there. I found it very fascinating. There were a few little things here and there in this house, but my mom needed to rest. She sat with the gentleman running the sale downstairs and got to know him a little better. We're not going in that closet. Don't worry about it. This was an interesting lamp it's a vase, I'm sorry, in the landing of stairs, which would get broken in my house. An old bowling ball bag, an old typewriter. We are now in the basement. It was just, this could have been staged better. I think we can all agree, being the experts, the self-proclaimed experts that we are. So they definitely had a lot of things. This was all empty. It was just the boxes to items in the house. And some old things, like decorative items, an old coffee maker. Like fake golden things. This little child's table intrigued me because it's adorable and it's old, but I have one already that I picked out of somebody's garbage that I love, that is in my dining room, and I do not need another one. This was a nice kitchen. That would be a nice find to hear this thermos with the cups for somebody that needed it. An old blender, an osterizer. That'll last forever. Your usual glassware. And this is the one thing I did contemplate buying, that bottle of Peach Schnapps, but it was open. Not for me to drink, for my aunt to have a little nip at night or put over her ice cream. That's neat. A cookie maker. See, the gentleman, instead of maybe sitting around with my mother, could have been maybe getting up and organizing his sale a little better. But that's okay. Maybe he was tired. That is a very nice set in this screened-in porch. But this was a huge screened-in porch. I have one, but it's probably 6 feet by 6 feet. So we didn't buy anything at that house. Let's move on to the next house. This is a good one. It's more over towards our neighborhood. And they had a whole bedroom of Christmas things. They had a lot of Christmas stuff at this house. A lot had cardinals on it, maybe in remembrance of someone who has passed. Rudolph, The Nightmare Before Christmas, vintage things. That sign says more Department 56 in the garage. I don't know much about Department 56, but this person possibly had every item that they ever created. We're kind of venturing into Easter there with little Easter bunnies. Some vintage lamps. And this furniture that is a whole set. There's one of the dressers. Here's another one. And then there's a cabinet in the corner that we'll see eventually. They've got tables set up with the Christmas stuff. The elf spa, the tinsel mill, the eggnog, either inn or pub, and then a movie theater with Babes in Snowland being played. Here are all the Department 56 boxes with that's a Crayola themed building with all the little sets and buildings in them. A tree skirt and a whole Easter village. Cottontail Lane. There is the other matching piece to that set with that inlaid wood. It's very nice. A couple of candy canes for the porch. And this little alcove, I thought led to a closet. It doesn't. That's a bathroom on the other side. And they have this little alcove filled with tiny Christmas trees for the sale. There's the hallway. Look at that pretty chandelier. And a nice cabinet. Beautiful painting of roses. There I am. Hi. This is in a family room, or I guess maybe a library. There were a lot of books. It was a large room. They had a large Christmas tree in it and all of this crystal. A lot of goblets and fancy things to entertain company. And it seems like they did a lot of that. And they have some dog coats or costumes for a small dog, a hot dog, a Christmas theme, a stylish little hot pink vest, and a bumblebee costume, maybe for Halloween. But this would be for a small dog. I don't think I could fit my pit bull in that. A lot of little crystal lamps that are so pretty. The occupant of this home was a bird lover, and they were also a Longaberger basket lover, as we can see here. They had a lot, and they had beautiful cabinets to put them in. But here's the start of a lot of our bird-themed items. They've had cardinal Christmas plates, and here is the cabinet on the other side from those baskets filled with just beautiful little things. We can kind of see into the yard, kind of. Thank you for not smoking. Greeting cards. And here's the bookshelf. And I kind of have some regrets looking back at this sale that I didn't pick up these golden books. Dr. Dan, the Bandage Man, Nurse Nancy, Nursery Rhymes, A Suitcase with a Surprise, Little Red Riding Hood, and How Big. There's an old Jungle Book in there too. They had a lot of good books. Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. There's another bookshelf with children's books coming. I don't know if you saw it there. I loved that table. It was a little big, though. We have no place to put it. They had a whole dining room table filled with cute little things. Precious moments, little animals, place card holders. So cute. A bird and a kitty. There's another china cabinet with a lot of bird-themed items. Look at these plates that we should have bought. We should have bought that for $4 or $5. And we might have been there on half off day. So you can do the math. Look at all the cookbooks. I have that old Joys of Jello. A bunch of old fake fruit. And what was interesting about this kitchen was all of this tile work with those birds. And of course a bunch of seasonal napkins, but I didn't buy any. I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't. So here's the kitchen. Another angle. Another dish set, which there were several. Nice pet bowls. And children's dishes. That was very pretty. The usual utensil pile. They had several Wonder Woman themed items at the sale. And the assorted coffee cups, we ended up getting that one with a donut on it. Oh, Tootsie Roll hot cocoa. We skipped all this because most of it had been opened. And then the coffee seemed a little overpriced. We don't have a Keurig anymore anyway. I don't know what I'm doing here, sorry. Another beautiful dish set. And we should have bought that bird cutting board. We thought about it. We went back several times contemplating that one. And that old corral set there. I don't know if I go back to it or not. That was a popular pattern. So this was the bathroom with their interesting stained glass window and a lot of curling irons and curlers. I did end up buying out of this assortment of health and beauty items a couple high-end facial care type items. One of them was an expensive oil and another one was a moisturizer. It was a lot to look through and my mom didn't have the energy on that one. So let's go upstairs. I should have bought that little green table. And that was so cute. It was huge, though, that needlework with a cat. Somebody did a lot of work on that one. When we came back for half off day, the little table was gone. It would have made a good plant table. But I'm sure whoever bought it is giving it a good home. Let's go upstairs. Here come some geese. A little step up into the closet. And this is an old window. It says it's from France. $700. We skipped that one. A Christmas cactus, which I have too many of. This one didn't seem to need rescuing. Beautiful dress. And then kind of an under the rafters bedroom here for boys. It seemed like maybe there were grandparents living here. There was an interesting combination of old and new toys. Stuff that maybe somebody brought out from another generation's childhood. So there's some cozy pillows underneath that rafter. Some Lincoln logs and other odds and ends. An old stereo and a modem, I think. So that was the boys' room. Now let's go into the girls' room, where there's another mixture of maybe 4 generations of things for girls to play with. These Barbies are pretty new in the package. Somebody bought all of those. Somebody who likes to collect that sort of thing. There were a lot of Madeline themed toys. The 7 dwarfs. I don't know where Snow White is. A little kitchen. I would say there were things from the 50s, 70s, 80s, and then current items. It's a pretty quilt. And a dollhouse. I loved this little shadow box. It says, "Hand-me-down treasures, beloved and dear, grow more, even more precious with every year. And someone has taken," and this was $20 for all, someone has taken little things that they love, there's Gumby and Pokey, and placed them in this shadow box, little treasures. Someone bought this too. I was tempted, but I didn't. There's good advice from our pal Lucy. Friends are the best kind of therapy. There's a 1985 Cabbage Patch Kid. And all different kinds of puzzles. A plywood alphabet play tray and games. Stratego being one of them. Now we're in another bedroom. They had a lot of things for women in here. They had embroidered linens with kitties and a lady in an old-fashioned dress. And a lot of designer bags, which they never came down on in price. They were very nice. And my mother was tempted. This is my mom's downfall, not mine. But we couldn't tell if they were fake or not, and we didn't want to deal with it. So we passed. And a lot of wallets, higher-end wallets. Oh, there's my foot, sorry. But anyway, here's a poodle vest, which was very cool. And another light fixture and a poodle stained glass. This was like a little dressing room off of that bedroom. The fancy green table and very organized belts. And cubby holes. Nice jacket. And I had to keep going up to that light fixture. This is an old christening gown. It says from 1923 that they have hung up. Okay. Oh, this I thought was really cute, and I had missed it. It was in the living room of a little child reading a book to some woodland creatures. And it seems like it wound up and played music. My mom desperately wanted to buy that chair, but she didn't. This house had the most beautiful flowers outside. I bought a lot of these cleaning products. And this is in the garage. They had some birds' nests. Bunch of light bulbs and plugs. This was in the basement. This lady had every holiday represented and a lot of cute little gift items. Look, at that was for Thanksgiving. Then I think we're venturing into Valentine's Day. And it was all organized on white shelves. St. Patrick's Day. It was kind of like being in a store. Thanksgiving. Baskets. Easter. She really loved doing this. And then Halloween. With a whole Halloween village. Very similar to the little villages that we saw in the other room. And little figurines. Look at all of them. This was from Creepy Hollow. Shop of Horrors is one of them. This whole room, this was in the basement, and it was Halloween things. And surprisingly, not a lot of it was selling, and Halloween was coming. Oh, those are kind of cool. Pumpkin patch, farm-grown pumpkins, hay rides, apple cider. Even some shoes with some ghosts on them. I think this is still in the basement. No, look at this little poodle. This is in the kitchen then. This is a liquor bottle, this little poodle. It was something special. Another pretty dish set and some decorative spoons with fruits on them. Looks like it was a collection with plums and peaches and strawberries. You're hanging them on a wooden shelf. There's that Wonder Woman cake pan. Some different coffees in the package and a very pretty canister set with nature-themed items on them. Here's the living room. I don't know if that couch was for sale. They sure didn't want anybody sitting on it. This was very pretty garland with cardinals and all the jewelry. So yes, my mother did spend some time looking at the jewelry, but it wasn't that bad. I don't think she bought anything. These little poodles, it's a mom poodle with 1, 2, 3, 4 little babies. And there's another poodle on the ground. So thank you for coming to the sales with me. We didn't buy too much at that last sale. Only a few things. Practical items, cleaning things, and facial care. But we will make another video because who knows, one of these houses that I'm walking by right now may have an estate sale. And we can go take a peek inside of their house and help them declutter their items. Thank you for watching. Bye.